Our first movie is X-Men, the long-delayed screen debut of the Marvel Comics stable of superheroes. The X-Men, of course, are modern mutants, each one with a specialized skill or talent and a name to match. In the movie, a senator has called for legislation against mutants, and two mutant leaders have different responses. Xavier, a telepath played by Patrick Stewart, counsels education to teach the mutants how to fit into society. But he warns Wolverine, Storm, and Cyclops that his rival, Magneto, has a different agenda. I love these names.
What's a Magneto?
A very powerful mutant who believes that a war is brewing between mutants and the rest of humanity.
And that was rough guy newcomer Hugh Jackman there with Halle Berry and James Marsden. But Magneto, played by Ian McKellen, favors a more direct approach against society.
Stay where you are. Put your hands over your heads. Now.
Give the movie credit for not being a hyperkinetic orgy of fast editing. It has time for scenes like this one, where Rogue, a confused young mutant played by Anna Paquin, tells Wolverine about her fears.
The first boy I ever kissed ended up in a coma for 3 weeks. I can still feel him inside my head.
X-Men is obviously intended as the first in a series, and it intrigued me. I kind of liked it. I'd like to see a sequel. It spends too much time, though, I think, in setting up the characters and not enough time on the story. One X-Men after another is hauled on screen to demonstrate superpowers, but those scenes don't really add up, and the big climax is kind of an anticlimax. Fans of the comics will appreciate the movie, but if you don't walk in already knowing who Sabretooth and Mystique are, you're going to have to pay very close attention. An affectionate thumbs down.
Yeah, I'm with you on this. I like the characters, but it's hard to keep track of it. And, you know, even near the end of the movie, they're explaining to each other.
Yeah.
Well, we're in copper right now, so I can't change the weather, but if you bring out your big tentacles, maybe you could stab somebody. But wait a minute, you have the healing power, so if
we'll transfer the healing power to you.
I mean, shouldn't the X-Men at least know each other's powers? So, I mean, even the mutants are explaining to each other what's going on here. I like some of the characters, maybe 2 or 3 X-Men instead of 8 of them. And if they're going to do a series later on, we could learn about these other X-Men. But right now, I'm not even sure who the hero is in this first
I think
edition.
it's probably Wolverine, although on the other hand, he only has the blades, whereas Storm can summon up an entire hurricane, which it seems to me make her the most powerful.
She should be the
of
queen
all.
of the X-people,
Of course,
and she should just tell the human beings, if you mess with me, I'll just ruin your entire country with one blink of the eyes. Instead, it's the Wolverine guy going like this, like Freddy Krueger.
You know, I understand this movie was chopped down 45 minutes after an early sneak preview, and I think the 45 minutes that are missing probably have more to do with the characters and more to do with the story. And what we have here now is basically just housekeeping. You know, who are all these people and what are their powers?
You need your guide to X-Men when you go see the movie.